Is it possible to realize you're gay at age 30F? Life be like that, bro. Just do what is going to make you happy. You can figure it out at any age. Just be happy, comfortable, safe, loved, and happy. Congratulations. At 30 you are just beginning to learn who you are. It can happen at any age. There are 50 to 60 plus year olds that are in denial and haven't admitted it yet. Pretty common if my last high school reunion was any indication. Several girls I went to high school with have been married, had kids and divorced to later realize they were looking for something else. Of course, sexuality is fluid. You may like different things at different points in life, including different genders. Maybe you were always gay and didn't realize it. Or maybe you were straight but your sexuality has changed over time. Either way, it's totally valid. Sure, I'm incredibly straight, but I have friends who have discovered more about themselves as they got older and switched teams, in one case gender. Look up Glennon Doyle's story. She's happily married to a woman after a similar journey. And everything she writes about her family is so beautiful. She's the author of a book called Untamed. And she hosts a podcast called We Can Do Hard Things with her wife and her sister. Well, clearly you are. I read your comment that you were raised in a religious household, which no doubt caused you to hide/deny your attraction to women. Now that you are away from this toxic environment, you're realizing that you're lesbian. If not for the terrible religious upbringing, maybe you would have realized it earlier. Men, what advice can you give to teens to avoid regrets during their 20s and 30s? Quit League of Legends. And if you decide to continue your education after high school, especially at universities, go to your professor's office hours and ask questions, regardless of how well you're doing in the class. If you don't know what questions to ask, then you can say, I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. All I know is I'm good at your class. Professors, usually, desperately want to share information and guidance with you. Your almost completely open access to professors is how you recoup the value of an overpriced education. My advice would be to make sure to take the time to think through the decisions you make in life. Don't make rash decisions or decisions that don't feel right in your gut. Also, don't be afraid to take risks. But make sure to do your research and understand the full consequences of your decisions before taking action. Finally, follow your passions and be true to yourself. Live life to the fullest and don't be afraid to make mistakes, as they can often be the best lessons in life. Save. Open a savings account and try to put something in there every month. Even small amounts is fine. Never touch this money unless it's an emergency. Get a job. Not a serious one, you're still a teenager, use that pay to add to the fund. By the time you are in your 20s, this money can help a lot. It can provide you with an opportunity that can set you up for even greater things. If that is not the case, at least you learned how to work with money responsibly. That's a lesson they don't teach in schools and will aid you well throughout life. If you have respect for the money you earn, you'll never waste it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Why do I see people in my room when I wake up in the middle of the night? These real people or ghost? What do you do when this happens? Just go back to sleep? Just stop doing drugs and falling asleep at random people's homes, and you will be fine. What did they say when you asked them? Sounds like hypnopompic hallucinations. They are mostly harmless. Nothing to be afraid of. This sounds like one of two things. Either sleep paralysis, are you frozen? Or schizophrenia. See a doctor quickly for this for everyone's safety. If you can't move when this happens, it could be sleep paralysis. I recommend looking it up. It can be scary for a lot of people, but it's completely harmless. If you are fully able to move, then you could talk to a professional on psychological issues. No one here is going to be able to help you if this is the case. You'll probably get anecdotal statements and maybe some advice on how to proceed with reaching out to someone. This is good time to check out which religions versus work and which ones don't. Lol, this used to happen to me. Of course. Logical questions first. Do you get enough sleep? Do these people show up anywhere that isn't your bedroom? Etc. etc. I'm particularly curious. And maybe it's a placebo effect. But verses from the Quran have actually stopped this in my case. I can send a link to the exact verses I listened to if you're open to it. Worst that could happen is that it doesn't work. How to change what you're attracted to. Did this with my ex and kinda regretted it. She met my minimum requirements physically, but she wasn't really the type I'd say I'm really attracted to. I thought our emotional compatibility would make up for it, but after a couple of years we ended it amicably. After that I screwed around with girls of 7+, face and body, and realized how much I value physical attractiveness. I'm aware there may be an element of shallowness due to personal issues, which I'm dealing with right now. I told myself I wouldn't settle next time and would wait, even if I fear I might miss that mid to late 20s window for dating. Changing what you are attracted to can be a difficult process, and there is no one-size-fits-all solution. It may take time, self-reflection, and experimentation to find out what type of people you are attracted to. Consider trying activities that expose you to different types of people in different social situations. Talk to people of all ages and backgrounds, and don't limit yourself to just young people. Allow yourself to be open to different experiences and see if you can find any commonalities between the people you are attracted to. Finally, remember that age is only a number and that true love comes in all forms and ages. I'm in my mid-30s and tried the same things you did when I was younger. Ultimately, I had to stop dating for some time and improve myself to increase my dating pool to include women that I found physically attractive. Although I got along well with the women I dated before then, I couldn't connect with them sexually, which is really important for me in a relationship. There does have to be a level of reasonableness to this, though. Although many Instagram models are highly attractive, they only exist due to heavy makeup and filters. If you're basing your desired type on those type of women, you're going to end up empty-handed.